Let's get a little lower to. Hello, dear friends. Good afternoon. Today is Monday, the beginning of the work week, and we hope everyone has a very good and successful week this week. Lots of happiness and joy and blessings. So, yesterday in our Inspiration Series 107, we spoke about the contrast between the power of seeing something and hearing something. We spoke about how when you see something, how clear it is to the person who sees it that it's hard to refute. Today, I want to talk about the power of hearing something, the power of listening. And it's interesting, sometimes the Yiddish language, it's a very expressive language, and there are words in the Yiddish language they can't even replicate. There's no real translation in English. And in Yiddish, when you talk about listening, they say Herren und der Herren, meaning there's listening and paying attention. We all listen. It's one of our five senses. Our ears are picking up things that are going on. Sometimes we can be busy with something. We somehow hear something in the background. We can listen sometimes when someone's looking us in our face, but we're not necessarily paying attention. There's different layers of listening. There's a very superficial way of listening, but listening is paying attention. Paying attention means that you put yourself fully into what is being told to you, what is being taught to you, what you're hearing. And when you put yourself to it, it actually becomes much more of something that you own, something that's yours. Because when you see something, even though it's irrefutable, but you're seeing someone else's event. But when you hear, you're processing it yourself. It's becoming part of your mind. It's like the glove is fitting your personality, not just something you saw from outside. So it's not so clear, and often it's not irrefutable. But when you listen, you pay attention, and you spend time to understand something that's not obvious, it becomes much more connected to you. So it's not irrefutable, it becomes much more of an expression of who you are, of you as your personality. It's the glove that fits your personality rather than what you saw that everyone else sees the same thing. And this in Judaism is very much appreciated because we know throughout our history, we've seen many great things, we've seen great miracles, but those miracles that we have seen have not impacted us beyond the moment when we saw it. It was incredible when we saw it. It was empowering. It was so clear that our conviction was complete. But then it wore off. It didn't have the impact on us. But anything we spend the time to listen, but more importantly, to pay attention to, when it comes to the Jewish ideas, to understand what it is, why it is. We see there are people who learn visually, people learn auditorily. There's movies, there's books. The power of listening is much, much deeper and much greater than the power of seeing. Because when you've seen what you've seen, it can't go any deeper. But when you listen, you pay attention, you can always delve deeper into it. You can always grasp it even a little bit more because you're taking it not as a picture that just remains with you, but as a developing concept within you. So spend the time to learn and understand who we are, and what we stand for. Because when we spend that time, then our Judaism, our morals, our values, the stories, the incidents, the messages, the lessons become part of our being. They become an expression of ours. When you talk to them about it to others, you're not just relaying what you saw, but you're relaying what you feel, what you have processed fully, what you have internalized. And that's much more valuable in the long run. So it may not be great shakes, but it's much more valuable. So Moshe couldn't give the people the power to see, but he gave us the power to listen. Shema Yisrael, the most powerful Jewish words of any prayer, Shema Yisrael, Hear O Israel. We love to see because when you see, it's easy, especially for a lazy person. You've seen it, you don't have to invest anything in it, it's there. God wants us to invest and to listen and to pay attention and to hear, because then it's yours. And when it's yours, you can pass it over to someone else, to your children, obviously. So let's spend our time listening, paying attention. And the truth is, this is in all things in life. When you have a conversation with someone, listen. Their hair. Don't just listen, pay attention. Be mindful what is being told to you, because that's how you really process it properly. And may we always listen to the messages that the world is sending us all around. God is sending us messages through the people we meet, through the events that happen to us, the situations. And sometimes they're difficult situations. Today I had a very difficult situation that I had to deal with, something unexpected. But if this is what God wants, we accept and we'll try to find the deeper meaning in it. We'll let it grow on us. It's God leading us in a certain direction. So listen, pay attention with your heart, with your soul, and you will become much more rich, much more powerful. So I want to wish you all a blessed day. God bless you all.